Okay, Mark Davis back. So this time we were at the hills at Lorson Ranch. And this is a new development that I've been wanting to get over to film. This is a part of Lorson Ranch that's an extension of Lorson Ranch. And so we were up to Lorson Ranch East, and now we're actually in a new filing called The Hills. And so right behind me here is the model house for Aspen Ridge. It's called the Zuma. And the Zuma is 2,358 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, can also be converted into a 5th bedroom as well. The Zuma model by Aspen View Homes. So the very first thing I noticed about this house is this nice foyer or foyer. Definitely nice and vaulted elevated ceiling. So we have, again, a really nice tall door here, 4 hinges. Talked about that before. They got little windows on either side of the door, which I think is pretty cool. And then just the way that they staged it, nice open area right here. Builders these days are going back to straight edge corners. Before they were the bullnose, they were the rounded, but now they're going back to the straight edge. We have a pocket bathroom right here. And then we have the staircase up to the 2nd floor here. This could be used as an office or a study. So it has 2 French doors right here. One of my homes that I've lived in before had a French door, and basically my kids are always like drawing on these window panes or like making faces at me when I was trying to work. So I literally could not get any work done at home, but a lot of people can, especially if you don't have kids, they're not interrupting you. So it's pretty easy to get work done if you don't have kiddos distracting you. So we go into the living room, the living level, main level. First thing I notice is tall ceilings, 9-foot elevated ceilings. This builder pre-wires for ceiling fans in most, if not all, the bedrooms. And if depending on when you do a build, if you do a dirt start or if you do a spec home, you can definitely have them cut into there and pre-wire it for ceiling fans. People really like those. Also right here, you could retrofit these lights out for pendants. I know a lot of people still like having pendant lights in their kitchen over, like a kitchen island. I think that's a good look. This right here is them kind of showing the entry level finishes of this model. This is, again, the Zuma model. And this is just like a Formica countertop. It's nothing too extravagant. I know that you could do upgrades. I mean, anytime, and that's kind of surprising too. This is a model you would think that they would do like quartz or granite, but for some reason they didn't here. Maybe just to show off like their Formica that looks halfway decent. The only thing that I don't like personally about Formica countertops is when you have an overmount sink. So this right here, overmount, this is kind of filled with like Hulk or some sort of glue or whatnot, but like, you're making your breakfast toast in the morning and you're sweeping your crumbs. All kinds of crumbs and stuff get in here. So for me personally, that's one thing I don't like. So having an undermount sink where it's just a surface that's flush is nicer. Plus these days, these overmount sinks don't have very deep basins. So they're kind of like shallow basins. You don't really have a whole lot to work with. I mean, it's okay, it gets the job done, but this is something that you could definitely upgrade if you're doing a new build. Matching stainless steel appliances again. This looks like just at 42-inch height cabinetry. Doesn't look like it's soft close, just like hard close. Same thing with this. This is just, but it's got a nice color to it, in my opinion, like a burlap color. Really cool refrigerator. This is like more of a modern style refrigerator to me. I like the look of this. I'm a big fan of Samsung. I don't know, let me know in the comments below if you guys like Samsung or not. There's Whirlpool, there's GE, Samsung. Maybe it's just because they make TVs too, so that's where I kind of think about, but this, look at that. This is like, has this channel through here. I kind of think that's cool. Ice maker. And it's a pretty like low profile refrigerator too. It doesn't stick out too much. Then with this model here, you can do an extra set of cabinets right here. I don't know if this comes standard or not, but I can definitely find out if it does. A lot of times it does not, but depending on how the layout of the kitchen you go with, you could potentially get this. Also, they have this little coffee bar area right here, which I think is a good touch. pantry right here, and then coffee bar area right here. They got 2 pantries, okay. So we have 1 pantry right here by the coffee bar, maybe for like your sodas, your drinks, your waters, that kind of thing. And then you have another pantry over here, which all your dry goods, put those in there. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. So we are on the 2nd floor of this home. The very first thing I'm gonna look at, or that I notice, is that it has this interesting walkway right here. I don't know if I'm a fan of this or not. This is kind of weird to me. It's like this pony wall, this drywalled short pony wall, but it has a long hallway. I mean, I guess you need to have a hallway at some point in the house. And then it has another pony wall right here where you look down to the foyer. But it does have a little seating area. I think that's okay, the way that they have it set up. Kids could do some homework. You could just have this as a separate area. Maybe to put your shoes on in the morning. I like having an open space when I come upstairs, and this seems to be kind of a little bit choppy, but let's go ahead and look at these bedrooms. So bedroom number 1, decent little size. I mean, it's not a huge bedroom, but it gets the job done. I would say maybe, 9 by 11. Next is the 2nd bedroom right here. Nice big window. Then we have the 3rd bedroom on the living level, or the 2nd floor level. They call this the living level, at least in real estate, we call it that. Because this is where you're doing your living, you're upstairs. So a good sized laundry room, pretty, that has a nice window, plug for your washer, water, but it does have the door, close that for sound reasons. Also too, real quick, if I'm pointing down there to the lower level, that area that you see carpet, you could have that as luxury vinyl plank flooring. It doesn't have to be carpet. In my opinion, going ahead and picking a build with that included is a good choice, or at least upgrading that to a hard surface where the traffic is. So now we're in the primary bedroom. 2 windows on either side of the bed, plenty of space. This has like a trade ceiling or a recessed ceiling. You have space for an armoire, dresser. You have space on either side. That's another thing I look at when I judge the primary bedroom, is how much width does the bedroom have. It doesn't have to be super long, but it has to have enough space for you to get in and out of either side with at least the nightstand on either side. And I think that's a good layout. Plus you have the trade vertical ceiling. A lot of times you'll see when you go into these new houses, they'll take all the doors off the house. And it's crazy because number 1, I guess they don't want people slamming these doors a bunch, especially when they're like in a parade of homes or like there's a bunch of people coming through. They don't want these doors opened and closed and slammed. That's what they tell you. But I think the reason that they do that is they take these hinges off and they take these doors and they put them in like a basement or a garage. All the doors for the entire house. So that when you add up every single door and how it's revealed, that's extra square footage that you feel when you're walking through a house. So just a little hack. So when you walk into a model with myself, a team member, or on your own, you don't be surprised if you see all the doors off their hinges and there's no doors in the house. Same thing here. If this was not here, you could see clearly the soaking tub, which you can't until you kind of go around that door. So that's another reason why they take these doors off, because it just takes up extra space. Soaking tub, it's not bad. It has just like a regular like 9x9 tile, 6x6 tile, which is nothing special. I mean, this is like Home Depot, Lowe's. This is not designer. This is not even Subway tile. So it's kind of like the least expensive level of tile that you can get. Why am I saying that? Well, because I'm not trying to hype up the house. You know, this house is builder grade, which means it does a lot for you in terms of the build quality, the energy efficiency of the home, that kind of thing, but it's not really like blowing your mind with the finishes, in my opinion. This light fixture is not really winning any awards. This is one of those things where, Mark, why would I buy a house brand new, have it built, and then just be okay with that? Well, you don't have to be. You could definitely change these things out, but usually the builder, especially if they're doing like an entry-level price point, they're going to put some of these things in here that are not like that fancy. Same thing here, we got more Formica. We do have a decent hardware package in this Moen faucet. This is actually what I have in my house. This particular hardware is what I have in my house. I actually like this. Mine is black, it's like a matte black. This one is like a nickel plated one. But again, you know me with the overmount sink, here it is again. So anything that you're doing, keeping the bathroom and the kitchen really, really clean is a struggle for a lot of people. So we like to have undermount sinks in a hard surface, but you could definitely upgrade to do that. One thing that this house, or this model, this Zuma model does have going for it is that this is a 5-piece bathroom. And so anytime you list a house or sell the house, 5-piece bathrooms is a notch that you have on your house because it has its own stand-up shower, its own enclosure. It also has a soaking tub, that's 2-piece, his and hers sinks, 4-piece, which is the powder room, and then 5th piece or 5-piece is the walk-in closet. I'm sure you guys know what that means. This information I'm telling you is blowing your mind, like you're just like losing your mind over what I just told you. But if you happen to not know that, now you do. 5-piece. So let's say for instance that this bathroom did not have a soaking tub. Well, guess what? It wouldn't be a 5-piece bathroom, it would be a 4-piece. So there you go. This bathroom accommodates everybody's needs, his and hers and the kiddos' needs. Everyone in the household can use this bathroom and get benefit out of this bathroom being a 5-piece. So we're leaving the primary bedroom. So one of the things about this model that I noticed, luxury vinyl plank flooring. This is where it should be on an entry of a home. You cross this threshold right here, this is all carpet. If it was me, I would choose to put hard surface right here, especially because you're having a lot of foot traffic through here. And this carpet is not necessarily that fancy. This carpet's very basic carpet. I can feel it underneath my feet. It doesn't really have a thick pad underneath it. And then I can tell by the pile itself, there's not a whole lot of it. This pile is kind of like, there's not a lot to this carpet. This carpet will break down in a year or two. So that's another thing that you want to be aware of is where you're spending your money or where you're upgrading your money. And in my opinion, having entry-level carpet throughout like too much area in a house, then it'll serve you for a year, but it'll break down after a year. Then you'll be replacing it. And sometimes it's easier just to get it done the right way and just have carpet in the bedrooms. But in the community space where you're really using it the most, I would pick luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, some other builder option, and they have those options available. So let's go ahead and finish out downstairs. Okay, so now we are in the finished basement of the house, and I like this finished basement. One, it has a lot of open space through here. You have 2 zones, which I think is good for basements. So you have right here the secondary living area. This would be maybe called the family room or the family area. Upstairs is the living room. This would be the family room, right? On movie night, this is perfect. Everyone comes down, has popcorn, watches a movie, and you're downstairs. You're kind of in Colorado. We have a lot of basements here, and so people feel like, you know, you're coming down to the cave or the den. It almost feels like, especially during the wintertime when we get snow, and you know you kind of want to be below surface or below ground. So that's just how I feel in living in Colorado. So we have 2 zones. We have the family area, and then right here could be a seating area. They have it staged as kind of like a game area. And you know, you could have probably enough space to put a pool table in here or a foosball table, air hockey, ping pong, anything like that. You could have space to put that here. The ceilings are not too low either. I'm pretty tall, I could touch these, but I've seen way lower. And that's the one thing I don't like about basements, if the ceiling is really low, because then you're kind of hunched over and it doesn't feel like you're getting as much benefit. I'm a big fan of tall ceilings. I'm gonna be preaching that as much as possible, so you guys are gonna hear that. Now, if you come over here, here's the other thing about this house, this Zuma model, that makes this house stand out. Because so far, the finishes of this house are not blowing my mind. This house is staged, so it looks like a nice, pretty finished house, which it is, but I'm being nitpicky, okay? So the light fixtures, the color of the hardware being nickel, it's not like black or something fancy. It's just that basic. The tile in the bathroom was the like 9x9. It wasn't even Subway. I'm being picky, but people that have a trained eye for this kind of thing are looking for those details. And oh, and the Formica countertops, that's not winning any awards either, right? So you're like, well, Mark, why are you hyping this house up? I'm not hyping it up. I'm just being honest and telling you the things I noticed about this house. Things I've so far noticed about this house. Number one, has a nice vaulted ceiling foyer, entryway. That's really nice. I think that is sharp. Number two, it has a 5-piece primary bathroom. That's another notch. That's another point, okay? And then number three is this has a walkout basement. Not only does it have a basement in this layout configuration, it's finished, but it has a walkout basement, which is super unique. Having a walkout basement is you get instant access to the backyard. Whereas before, remember, if you're completely in a basement submerged, right, then you can't get out here. You have to go upstairs, out of maybe a back deck, and then come down some stairs. But in this model, you actually have the ability to enjoy a backyard. So this house, it has that upper deck. So you basically can enjoy your backyard two different ways. From your deck, looking onto the backyard, the green, well, not right now green, but the grass, and watching your kids run around and stuff like that. You can sit up there, have your coffee or your wine or whatever, and just like take it in, enjoy the backyard. You can come downstairs. You can also access the backyard from the walkout basement. So now follow me. I'm gonna show you the last bedroom of this house and the last bathroom of this house. We have a linen closet right here, a downstairs bathroom as well. And then we have the bedroom down in the basement, which would be maybe for your guests, maybe the mother-in-law or the father-in-law or cousins, aunts, uncles, anybody that wants to stay with you for an extended period of time, you can have them in the basement. I've named off 3 things I like about this house, not to mention the finishes. The 4th thing is the fact that this has a finished basement with a very usable space. Having this bedroom down here is a big plus. Having a bathroom down here. Here's why, think about it. If someone's staying at your house, they're like a friend, maybe not like a best friend, but an okay friend from college, and they're staying with you, you don't necessarily want them sleeping right next to you upstairs, right? That's for your family, your kids, or whatever. But if it's somebody that's a friend, they're staying down, you basically have a level of the house that's separator. You have a community level, which is the main level, and then the basement level is for having people stay over, which I think is really cool. So that's why I think having this basement room is really good. And then they come out here and they're sitting out here, not trying to leave your house. They want to, have an extended stay. They're calling this not your house, they're calling it an extended stay because you made this house so comfortable and inviting. In the case of my family, like, mother-in-law or whatever, staying downstairs. The way I have my house, so we have, our house is got 2 bedrooms down in the basement, finished basement, and a bathroom down in the finished basement. So the mother-in-law can't really stay down in our basement because, well, why? You have 2 bedrooms. Well, actually, they're both offices. So there's no beds in our basement. It's a his and hers office. One office for my room for my wife, and the office for my office. So I don't get any work done when I'm in my downstairs office, but I have it just in case I need to upload some footage or whatever. I'll probably do a tour of my house at some point. I'm gonna freak my wife out. She's gonna be like, oh my God. She's gonna make sure the house is perfect, but I'll probably just do a tour of my house so you can kind of see how things that we've chosen for our house and whatnot. Perfect, okay. So now we're back in the main level of the house, and one last thing I forgot to talk to you guys about. This dining area I think is really sharp because it's just laid out well. You have the living area, the kitchen, and then the dining area. So it's open concept. So nice chandelier, nothing too exciting, but man, I tell you what, you could take this down and go to Lowe's or Home Depot or order something on Amazon or whatever and make this thing look insanely amazing. Like I've seen people do the Sputnik light. I've seen people do like the crystal chandeliers. I've seen people do mid-mod retro stuff. You could put fans here. You could do all kinds of stuff. So it's your house. It's ready to be tweaked and made your own. So they brush a broad surface to try to cover ground to make the house definitely usable, functional, nice and pretty and everything. but then you customize it. It's kind of like if you're a car person like me and you buy the car stock, and then some people are okay with stock. They love stock. Other people like OEM, which is like a bump up above stock. It looks stock, but it has some performance parts. But then if you're like some people where you're just trying to make your car look completely different, like, man, it's a Honda Accord, but it looks like a damn Ferrari or whatever, right? So like that's what you could do with this. You could make the house, you know, tweak it and make it really custom. So here we have literally 2 dining areas or areas to eat, to enjoy company. Like one is right here, and you could put food in your mouth out here. There's nothing saying you can't. I mean, I put food in my mouth while I'm walking a lot of times, but look at this. You got a Trex deck, covered porch area, and basically a 6-foot cedar fence. Some builders do not include fences. Some builders do not include fences. Mark, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they not include a dang fence? Well, you'd be surprised. These builders are kind of cheap. Sometimes they won't include certain things. They will be added later, but they're not on that price sheet initially. And so I don't even want to go into a tirade over landscaping and fencing. But landscaping and fencing are 2 very valuable things that you're going to learn a lot about when you move to Colorado Springs. Sometimes they're included, sometimes they're not. It's partly depending on the level of build. If it's an entry level, if it's a step up, if it's higher end. Sometimes the more higher end you get with the home, let's call it 700,000 and above, the builder will absolutely not include landscaping. It's just not something that they do. They build you the house, they give you the lot, and then it's surrounded by dirt. And guess what? You got to deal with it for yourself and sub all that work out, or do it yourself or whatever. You got to adhere to HOAs and stuff like that. But more of the entry level build, the $400,000 to $500,000 realm, is basically going to include landscaping and a fence, usually. Sometimes it's one or the other. It's a fence or landscaping. This builder does both. They include the fence and the landscaping, which is nice because landscaping in Colorado Springs, there's a lot to it. You got to put a sprinkler line in. You got to put a drip line in. The capacitors have to be set right to where your lawn is watered. And then it all is remote too. You can get one of these Rainbird remotes and you can pretty much set it all with your phone. And that's what I have in my house and I love it. You just turn it off for the winter time. Plus you need, the drip line is installed as well. So that drips a little bit of water to your shrubs and to your baby trees. And that is all thought out ahead of time to make sure it works and it performs for you. But so it's not like a lightweight thing. You can't just put down some grass seed and then just grass and that's it. There's a lot more to it, especially with Colorado, the way our weather and climates are and stuff like that. Hey, if you guys are getting some value out of this video, go ahead and pause the video and write down my email address and that phone number down there. My team and I, we'd love to help you make a smooth transition to Colorado Springs. Book a Zoom session with a team member or myself and actually break down the hot spots, where to live, where to avoid. We can customize a strategy directly for you. So look forward to helping you in the future. Now back to the video. So we are still at the hills at Lorson Ranch and I forgot to do one thing, which is record a home that's actually available in this community. So I showed you kind of the model house and it has all its bells and whistles and stuff like that, but let's see what one of these houses looks like that's not all like finished and whatnot, but just basically move in ready as is without a bunch of upgrades. Here's the house behind me right here. This one right here is what we're gonna turn next. So let's go walk this one really quickly and take a look for ourselves what it represents. Here's another shot of the neighborhood. This one I notice is on a corner lot as well. Let's go ahead and take a look in and see what this house is about. So we've got basically an office right here. This also has nice floors that continue through your office. Got 2 huge windows right here. Right here we have a closet. Because it's right off of a office space, or what could be considered an office, what you can do in here is you can have all of your office equipment, backup hard drives or something, maybe have an array in here, I don't know, a gaming situation. But this is nice because you're on a corner lot and you can see people that are coming into your neighborhood. Doesn't have any room for a sliding door right here, just because of the way that this is set up. So the only thing that you could do is you could have an actual door, which in my opinion, it would be a little bit too cluttered in through here, but you could have a door here or just leave it open. So all in, this house is $514,000 at the time of filming. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car attached garage, 2-story, and about 2,400 square feet. Landscaping, corner lot, fenced backyard. Here's what I like. Undermount sink. See how the basin is much deeper? There's no partition right here. This is a nicer setup, okay? Stainless steel basin tub. And then you have an undermount sink. The hard surface, the granite is flush, right? Does that make sense? So that's the way that that's what I think is nice. The granite countertops continue over here as part of the tie-in to the kitchen island. You have a little coffee bar area right here or a wine area. I've seen people take these doors off, and I've seen them do like a crosshatch for like their wine bottles. They just basically take these doors off, take these things off, and then just put an insert in there for their wine, to display their wine. So look how nice that is. This is like a nice verticality, and then you're very sophisticated now because you're showing off your wine, right? So if you're not drinking coffee, you're drinking wine. Or if you're really, really fancy, you could have like Pike's Perk coffee, like Seattle, the OG Starbucks, and you could have your coffee varieties displayed or your tea varieties displayed. So I'm a fan of actually having this, we call it boxes, having this cabinet or this box be perfect right where it's at, okay? And then just retrofit it to have something that kind of shows off a collection of whatever you have. So that's just something I've seen in houses. Or you could just keep it closed and have it be nice and clean. Another thing I noticed too is with these outlets, I'm noticing that these outlets have USBs connected. Because it took me a minute to kind of look at it. At least some of these GFCIs have the USBs. So for like your iPads, your phones, any sort of electronics, you can just plug them right in there without having like the cube. Yeah, matter of fact, Apple, I'm a big Apple fan, they don't even include those anymore. They give you a cable, no cube. You have a pantry. It's a good layout, walk-in pantry. Okay. So this is an undermount edge right here. You could put bar stools. Leave a comment below and let me know if you're watching this, where you're coming from. And let me know your timetable. Hey Mark, I'm coming from back east, I'm coming from New York, and we're trying to move out there in 9 months. Cool, just put a comment in the description below. Let me know. That will really help out this video get broadcast out to more people. I appreciate that. But anyway, like I was saying, this right here, you could have some bar stools right here, but like it's kind of blocking the walkway, in my opinion. Or you could just have them for like a nice look, or have smaller ones. That's another thing. That's another tip. Listen, after looking at hundreds of homes, helping clients and families buy and sell homes, hundreds over the years, here's a hack. When you're closing on your transaction of your house, maybe not bring the ginormous furniture from your mother's basement with you to a brand new house. Maybe just leave it in the past, unless you really, really like that couch. Upgrade to furniture that fits the house, fits the space. I see a lot of that, especially the first-time home buyers. They're trying to make the house accommodate their stuff. And in my opinion, you should thin out your stuff and let your stuff accommodate the house, because overall it'll work better. You'll feel better in your house. That's just a little tip. Here's what I mean by that. If you have bar stools, these big old huge bar stools may not fit this space. So why not get the smaller low profile ones that can tuck up underneath this? You could have 4 right here, and that would really look sharp, especially if they're up against the wall. So they don't have to come out so far and block up the walkway, okay? Another thing I noticed too about in here is this carpet. What in the heck is this? If you're not used to seeing this, this might throw you off a little bit. You have carpet in here. They have plastic right here, so apparently you're not messing up the carpet. Personally, I think it's probably performs better than the model house that we were just at, okay? Because here's the reason why. This is community area. This is where all the foot traffic's gonna go. So at least what they did is they had carpet in the living area, and they even cut it at an angle where you're able to walk around to the bedroom over there. So It's okay. I've seen this really look nice in some houses. Some people really don't like it. They want carpet or hard surface. But when it's just like carpet in its own little area by itself and then everything else is LVP, sometimes that kind of throws people off. It's just a preference. We have the patio right here. We have what's kind of set up as the dining room area right here with windows, slider, more windows. Let's see what we got over here. This is bedroom number 1 on the main level. So far you have an office, study on the main level. You have all the community areas, the kitchen, the hallways. Over here is gonna be the laundry. But now you have a bedroom here. How do I know it's a bedroom? Well, it has a window and it has a closet. So it's an actual bedroom. This could be somebody that wants to not have to deal with stairs. They could be on the main level. So this is what would be considered main level living. We've got another bathroom. We have the mud room. Again, nice tall ceilings. I'm gonna talk about the ceilings all the time. This is actually what sets up your sprinkler system. This is how you program your sprinkler system to turn on. Whether it's the grass and the drip line, all of that is programmed. The builder will set this up, but then it's kind of your job to download the app, the Hunter app, and literally go through. You want to get the model X-Core, and then you want to, look, scan me for help, boom, programming guide. Then it's in your phone. And I'm not sure about Hunter if they do it, but I know that Rainbird, which is another brand, that's what I have. It's the app. The app is so nice. Programming it on here with this dial and everything, it's kind of confusing in my opinion. It's like analog style. I like it on my iPhone. Then it's just easy. As I come into the house, okay, close the garage door, which this is a smart home too. So you can open and close these garage doors with your phone. I don't know if you guys know that that's a thing or not, but it is. I don't really personally do that. I just have, you know, on my visor on my car, open and close my garage. I don't have it on my phone. But let's say you went on vacation and you left and you're at the airport or you're at your destination, all of a sudden you're like, oh, did I close my garage door? You could go onto the app and check. And I think there's some use for that. Mud bench, I'm a big fan of mud benches. It's a nice place to basically come in and just unload all your stuff, your groceries, your jugs of water, your sparkling waters, your sodas, whatever you want. Put them right here, take your shoes off, hang up your coats, your backpacks, all that kind of stuff. I told this before in another video, but I don't like this white for some reason. I just don't think it looks cool. The doors are cool. The doors look nice. This, I painted it like an iron ore. It was really nice. It was like a dark color and it looks so good. So plus you want to have a really, really nice, strong paint, like a Behr paint or a Sherwin-Williams. Iron ore looks really good on here. Space gray looks really good on here. Something that's super dark. It just depends on your style, but that way it'll endure all the scuffs and dings and dents because this is like a transition space. I like how it's nice and wide and look at the door frame right here. So it's inset a little bit. They could have maybe had this come out further, but I like that they didn't because it's inset a little bit more. By the way, these days, most builders on almost every price point in our market in Colorado, other states too, I'm seeing this type of door print is everywhere right now. It replaced the 6-panel. It's, call it 2-panel, and it has this ornate bevel in here. And now here, right here, we have a, looks like a 2-tiered stairwell. So it's just the orientation of how are you gonna put that second floor staircase in this house. The first house, it went straight up, right? This one, I call it 2-tiered, or it's 2 levels. You have like 4 steps right here, and then it banks, and then you go up that way. Nope, it's 3-tier. So here we go. So it kind of wraps around the house as you get up here. Now this is more like it. I like this layout better, personally. Just because you have a little bit more space. You came upstairs, you had this little bump out, like a little cove like this, and then like a long hallway. That's all you really had. You didn't have this open room right here. This could be the family room. That's kind of a small room. It just depends on the size of your family. If it's just 2 of you or 3 of you, then it's just fine. Perfect amount of space because you could have a TV on this wall and you could have a nice relaxing couch right here. And you could even see down to your street from these windows. Have some nice curtains and whatnot, and that would really be nice. They'll put like a little homework cove, like a little table in here, and then you got your little lamp, plug that in, and then the kids are supposed to be doing their homework, not playing video games, right? This is the primary bedroom. Got a fan going, decent size, and then you have the adjoining primary bathroom. Adjoining primary bathroom has undermount sinks, hard surface granite counters, his and hers. Now, this is not a 5-piece bathroom, this is a 4-piece. It does not have a soaking tub, it only has a stand-up shower. Linen closet right here. Guess there's literally no light. Here's another reason why you should always have a realtor on your side when you're dealing with these builders. Sometimes these builders forget to read the plans and won't put something where it should be. In my opinion, this is a linen closet. There should be a light right here. One light. One recessed light should be in there, and this one is not. So that kind of threw me off. I was looking for the light switch. No light in there. Powder room does have a light. And the walk-in closet has 2 lights. So nice ornate accent windows, but they do serve a purpose as well. They let in a lot of natural light. So in the mornings, you don't even have to necessarily turn on the pendant lights. You can just come in, depending on what time you get up, and it might just have, light coming through into the closet, which I think is actually pretty nice. Have your cup of coffee in your hand, trying to look out what to wear and not spilling coffee on the floor. So that was the primary bedroom with the adjoining bathroom, 4-piece, remember? Now, if you come around here, you have the laundry area, and it's nice because you just go ahead and close this door. 1 or 2 of the kiddos' bedrooms in here, depending on their age. If it's 2 little guys, then maybe they'll share this bedroom. And if it's just 1 child, then they could have this bedroom. Nice deep closet. And here's why that's nice, because look, they're making all this laundry, remember? They're making all this laundry for you. So their laundry room is right here. My boys generate more laundry than anybody. Well, here's the thing, it evens out. My wife's laundry and my laundry is big old stuff because we're big human beings, like normal size. But our little kids, our little shirts and stuff. So 10 of their little shirts equals like 2 of our shirts. So I guess it evens out. But they do generate a lot of laundry. So this thing, our laundry room in our house is running 24/7 to provide a solution to our laundry. So it's nice to have a good laundry room that is functional. And it's nice to have a laundry room close to where you're generating laundry, like a child's bedroom right here. They have their own bathroom right here as well. So far, I've counted 1 bedroom on the main level, 2 bedrooms so far on the 2nd floor, the primary, and the 3rd bedroom. We have a family area right here, or it could be his and hers workstations. Here's another thing that could be cool. If you guys work from home, let me know in the comment below if you guys work from home, because here's one thing I thought of too. You get those IKEA desks, or maybe you have some fancy mahogany wood desks, and you put an IKEA desk right here, a really nice IKEA desk, and then you get the matching one on this side. How cool would that be? Look, and then you have right here a nice big rug. Have a rug right here. You have 1 desk, a his and a hers desk, monitor, desktop, lamp, chair, his pictures and trophies and awards, her pictures and trophies and awards, and literally have like a little work zone up here. I think that would really be cool. And then I don't know what this code would be for. Maybe like to have like 1 presidential chair. Just sit back and I don't know. Bedroom number 4. Because of the orientation and the way this house is laid out, this could be a designated separate office. If the downstairs formal office space didn't work for you, maybe it was occupied by somebody else in the family, maybe you just didn't want it as an office, you could have this be your office because you're upstairs, you have a door, you have a closet. Plus, one of the things I always love about having home offices is you have windows. So my evaluation of this house is this. It's a pretty good house for what it is. It has a nice open concept. It's very usable. I like how there's separation, having 1 bedroom over here and 2 bedrooms over here. The only thing that I would do personally with this type of floor plan is I would have bedroom number 1 here, bedroom number 2 there, and have the primary bedroom on this side, where there's a whole, like the span of the house separates the primary bedroom to the second and third bedrooms. In this case, there's a bedroom way over here, there's a bedroom over here, and then there's a primary back there with a adjoining 4-piece bathroom. So still a okay floor plan. I'm not mad at it. I think it's good for what it is. This right here though, I'm not sure. Because there's space where you're at right there, this is kind of, to me, sort of weird. This would be kind of a waste of space in my opinion. So main level living, this doesn't have it for this reason. A lot of buyers are looking for main level homes. It just depends. We've got 2-story homes. We've got 2-story homes with a basement that's finished or unfinished. So it would be 3 levels total. That's how we do things in Colorado. A lot of places around the country, there isn't a basement at all. So that's not anything they even talk about. But here, I would say 50% of the homes you're gonna look at are going to have a basement of some sort. The only question is whether it's finished or unfinished. Now, when it gets to talking about the type of home and how it serves you, well, you have single level homes like ranch style homes that do not have a second floor, but may or may not have a basement. So when we're talking about main level living, the draw to that, the benefit to that is somebody that doesn't like stairs. Who could that be? Maybe elderly people or just people that are making a downgrade. They had the big McMansion at one point. Now they're downgrading or downsizing to something that's more manageable for their golden years or whatever. They come to me all the time. I need a rancher. I'm not trying to do a 2-story. Why do they want a rancher? Because everything is on the main level. Think about it. Their kitchen, their living room, their bedroom, their primary bathroom, and their laundry room. So they don't need to go down any stairs whatsoever to a basement that's finished or unfinished. Or if it's just literally 1 level, no upstairs 2-story and no basement whatsoever, it's just a rancher on a crawl space or a slab, then that would be what I would consider main level living. This house doesn't have that. I thought it did because I was like, oh, it has an office, it has, you know, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, it has a bedroom with a bathroom, but the one thing it didn't have is a laundry room on the main level. So to do laundry, you would have to go upstairs to do laundry. That's good and bad. I think it's 50-50, just depending on what you guys are used to. I've done both in the past. I've had the laundry room on the 2nd floor, which is fine because that's where all the laundry is generated and that's where it's all stored in dressers. All the whole family's laundry is up there. I've had it in basements where I had a finished basement and the laundry was in the basement. So guess what? If I'm coming home from work and I'm bringing my gym clothes home, I gotta go down to the basement to do laundry. If my kids had an accident upstairs, I gotta come down 2 flights of stairs into the basement to do laundry. That's can become a pain unless you're used to it. And then the third one, the house I'm in now, the laundry is on the main level. Everything's on the main level. It's a main level living. So we don't have to go up and down stairs if we don't want to. Sleeping, eating, laundry, kitchen, bathrooms, entertaining is all on 1 level. And so we chose that because I'm old, so I don't want to be hiking up and down stairs. That's really the reason. So that's the way we did it that way. So that's to answer your question. And this is not a main level living home, but it's a pretty nicely laid out home. Okay, so we'll see you on the next one. You have, where am I? Oh, this one. Pantry. Remember what the hell this thing was called? Pantry. It has a little pantry right here, or not pantry, linen closet, sorry. Let me know if you like this door or if you don't like this door, or if you could care less. Mark, why are we talking about doors? I don't even care. Do they close and open? The 2 things I've so far noticed about this house that has going for it. Actually, 3 things. You know, you have all your collection of Nikes, Air Force Ones, Nike Air Max. Oh no, wait, that's my dream closet. Have a bunch of 3-piece suits. You guys wear suits? I used to wear a lot of suits. Not a lot. When I first got into real estate, I felt like you have to wear a suit. And these days, I don't like wearing suits. I just wear what I feel comfortable in, so.